All right, now we're going to look at a list and spreadsheets type problem. It says the table below shows the population of deer forest from 2000 to 2010. The number of deer is increasing at an exponential rate. Identify the rate of increase and write the exponential equation to model this situation. So when we do this, we'll start with this and we'll call it year 0 and this year 10. I'm not going to type 2000. I'm just going to change that to a 0 and this as the number 10. So these are my values. So let's go to calculator. We're going to go to list and spreadsheets. It's a new document. Now I'm going to go list and spreadsheets. So I'm going to go up here and put that as an X. This is a Y. Got to tell the calculator which one's X, which one's Y. My years were 0 and 10. And my Y values were 125 and 264. Now it says to find an exponential model. So real quick, I'm going to come over here. It says it's an exponential rate here. If you were using Desmos, what you would type in is that y1, and you do this little squiggly, is a times x1. No, I'm sorry, a times b to the power of x1. That's what you would type in to Desmos to do this there. So you'd first do the table, type those values in, and then you'd use this as the equation, and it would give you your regression. So over here, what you do is you press Menu, go to Statistics, and then Stat Calculations. We're going to choose Exponential, which is there. For X list, you have to put in X. For Y list, you put Y. It'll automatically copy your answer over to F1. Press Enter, and these are my values. So again, it has AB to the power of X. These are my A and my B's here. So I'm going to take this over. It says here, identify the rate of increase and write an exponential plot. So the rate is here, the base is your rate. A would be that starting value, so that would be the rate there. So my model would be that y equals 125 times the rate of, or base, 1.07762 to the power of X. Now let's try part B. It says use your model to predict how many years it would take for the number of deer to increase to 500. So that means 500 will need to equal that rate I just found over here. So if I copied all this, and I pasted it, instead of saying y equals, we would say 500 equals that, and we would solve. So we would need y to be the 500. That's what we're doing there. So a way of doing that is, one, you could type it in like this, solve. We could also go to graph and type these in. We already have this equation copied as F1. So if I press Control Doc, I have a graph. If you press up, you'll see that that's actually, sorry, on F1, it copied it earlier, so the rate's already there. So if I press enter, that graph's there. All I would have to do is type 500 in for my other, and I would look for the intersection. Now, right now the graph is too high, so I need to window, go to settings. I know they're going to cross at 500. That's where I want it to be equal. So I'm just going to put this as 600. We'll be able to see clearly where it crosses. And I don't know how many the X value will be from, but I'm just going to put, we'll go to 100 just to give us a little bit more room. And so there it is. We can now see where these cross. So we'll go Menu, Analyze Graph, and I'll look for the intersection. Again, if you're on Desmos, you would just touch it and see what it says about the values. So now I can tell you that 18.5 years in, we would have 500 deer. So I'll put 18.5 years, which is also, or in the middle of 2018 is another way of thinking about it. Actually, yeah, in the middle of 2018. All right, so now you can try this one and see what you come up with.